Did you not see the meme the NFL actually put out of him?
Mm-mm.
Well, yeah, the NFL, my sister had a sign that said, "Boo him," with a big arrow pointing at me, and the NFL shared it on their Twitter.
Get out of here.
100%.
You're going to have to send that to me so I can put this in the little blurb and I'll throw it up on the screen. That's awesome.
It actually said, it was something about you being her brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was boo him, he's my brother.
Yeah, and on the other side of her sign that the NFL didn't picture, it said, "Hey, Kelly, is this okay?" Because that was at the time when she was mad at people for booing Matt Stafford.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
I'm riding out this scripted shit, right? This whole it's influenced stuff. So
I'm on board with that.
I knew you.
I'm on board with that. I am absolutely on board with that.
So, yeah, it's not that it's totally scripted, but there's a push a certain way.
Yes.
0 penalties for the first time in how long? And I found a video today with multiple KC penalties not called. 3 of them happened right in front of the damn ref.
I looked up to that officiating crew, and I wanted to try and find a little bit of a pattern, right? He is known for reffing a lot of their controversial games, that whole crew. I forgot the guy's name that runs it, but he'll be doing the Patriots and Titans game this week. So now I am going to be watching every single week what this refereeing crew does to whoever they're at, right? So if these guys are the deep state of the refs, then that's what I'm calling them.
The deep state?
The deep state. They're the NFL deep state. Because, I mean, you had to watch that documentary on Netflix where the NBA referee, Tim, forgot his last name, notorious face of the NBA in the 90s of a ref. And he got busted. Yeah, he got busted for gambling, right? And basically rigging the games. But he does this whole documentary and he's like, that's what they had us do. I mean, every game they tell us, call it this way. We want you to push this. Leave this guy alone. He's like, and if you wanted a job, that's what you did. And I'm like,
And that's what they did back then. Imagine the sophistication of it now.
Exactly. I mean, go ahead.
Sorry, I just noticed he's got his 2 Super Bowl trophies up.
You just noticed that now?
Bitch, let me throw Brady's up, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, let's see.
You want to compare?
Do I want to throw those in there too? I mean, that's what Super Bowls are. Huh?
Oh, we could go into the whole logo conspiracy thing too.
I was just going to say, I started poking around into the color scheme, and while it's widely different, like it has lots of array of colors, blue and purple were the 2 dominant colors, saying Lions, Ravens. Now, we know Lamar's hurt right now, but prior to that,
Vikings, Chargers.
Dude, I'm telling you, prior to that, okay, let's think Lamar before he pulls his hamstring. We're gumming up to that Monday game. That was a Super Bowl matchup right there, the way they were hyping that up. He comes back healthy. It's a long season. Why can't we say it's going to be Baltimore-Detroit?
I hate to say it, Baltimore wasn't that good going into that game, though.
You're not wrong. I'm not saying based on merit. I'm just saying strictly on colors and scripting. But yeah, they're really bad this year. Their defense, which is historically dominant, looks weak as shit. They clearly have no plan outside of Lamar being their quarterback, right? You see what they do when you put a other quarterback in there, it just falls apart.
Sounds familiar.
Right? Doesn't it? Well, in today's modern day NFL, what if you took Patrick Mahomes out of KC? You're not going to have those wild and crazy games. Josh Allen out of Buffalo. I mean, these are teams that are schemed for those guys to a certain extent.
Then you look at teams like Philly. You look at Minnesota. They just go out and trade for a decent quarterback. JJ was supposed to be out for 2 weeks. They went and got Wentz.
Yeah. Hey, but
what do? We sit on our hands.
Now, when you say we, I know you're not a Lions fan, so are you talking about the Bears?
Oh my God,
are you talking about the Patriots when they had Brady?
No, I am a Lions fan. You know what? Go enjoy some Dak Prescott, will you? How was that Jake Moody field goal?
Hey, if I could find my Troy Aikman jersey from 1992 and put it on, I would. I have a Troy Aikman plaque in my basement over there that I thought about hanging up.
See, I can't really bag on you because I kind of was a closet Cowboys fan back then.
But that's what I'm saying. So
hold on. Save that. Clip it. We need that.
Shut up. I said back then.
And that's my point. It was back then, right? So, and this can kind of lead
Yeah.
into JT and his Bucs, but like, okay, you're a kid, you're living in Detroit. The Red Wings are good. There's no doubt about that. The Tigers
back in the 90s?
are,
Hell
yeah, back in the Tigers were not that
mid.
great, but you still had the memory of the '84 Tigers. So everybody
They
loved
weren't
the
that
Tigers.
terrible either.
They weren't. Bobby
They were
Higginson was okay.
Middle of the road. Travis Fryman.
Love Travis Fryman.
I do too.
So we're setting up this mentality of like, okay, we're missing a football team. And the Lions
We're still missing a football team.
I disagree with that now, but the
How's
Lions
the secondary looking?
Weak, but the Lions
outside of sitting on the bench.
The Lions in the 90s was one player. Okay, it was Barry. That's it. That's all you had was Barry.
No, come on. Spielman, Porsche.
Yeah, have you seen the interviews with Wayne Fonts or the team interviews?
Morton. Perryman.
Wayne Fonts would say, hold on, the bus was coming up, and he's like, is Barry here? He's like, no, we're waiting on Barry. And then Barry would show up. He's like, all right, the team's here. Like, Wayne Fonts didn't even hide the fact that Barry was the team. And Robert Porsche, all those guys
Maybe
will say
the
that.
heart of the team, but you've got to give respect here. Come on.
No disrespect to these guys. They're just telling you. Wayne Fonts would literally say, it's Barry. It's you guys are all here for him. And maybe Wayne Fonts is the only coach that can say that.
Exactly.
I mean, the game I went to in Tampa in 1996, where I bought this exact hat, by the way.
No shit.
Jesus. Yeah. Barry Sanders was the reason they won that game. He ran all over us.
Are you kidding me? Any highlight clip I see of Barry's him running all over the Bucs. I'm starting to wonder if the Lions played anybody else.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, Barry's the only reason this podcast exists. Barry is the only reason any of us in Detroit have a memory of the Lions. Because
you're not wrong.
There's a generation before Barry. They're going, okay, I really liked having him here, but, and I'm just thinking to myself, but, oh, dude, he was razzle dazzle. He was so awesome. I mean, we're a different team now. But my whole point was you were looking at finding an identity of a winning team, and you had in the 90s, if you were a kid, you had the 49ers and you had the Cowboys. Those are just two.
Love the Niners.
I liked both of them. I don't dislike them, but when you're a kid and it is entertainment, it's just like WWE, and you're going to go, okay, I'm a kid. I'm picking the easy ones. The Hulk Hogan's, the Macho Man's, right? And as you get older, then you're like, oh no, dude, I want the Sean Waltmans or the more obscure wrestlers. Like, so it just evolves. But my question is, this guy is a fucking diehard Bucs fan still. Like,
yeah.
We all went back to the Lions. What the fuck,
Have you heard
dude?
the story on how he became a Bucs fan?
No, and I've been waiting.
Was great. Doc,
I've been waiting for this environment for him to tell it.
Oh, I know it. Doc?
All right, so it was 1993. I remember that year specifically because, by all accounts, I should have been a Lions fan that year based on what happened. So, third grade, math teacher wants to do a project on, like, grids. We're kind of learning about that. And we had 32 teams in the NFL back then, or was it still 30 then? Was that after the
expansion? It was still 30.
Yeah.
Like, Panthers, I think, came a little bit after. But yeah. Go ahead.
You
can fact check us.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Panthers 92.
So it was right around then. So
okay.
Back then in Illinois, Chicago, we had about 30, 33 kids in every class. So we had just enough for each kid to pick a name out of a hat. And based on the team's win-loss record for that year, you followed them every week, game by game. And the team I drew out of the hat was the Buccaneers. And so that got me into every week I'm watching any Bucs game I can see. And because we were NFC Central at the time, it was on air in Detroit.
Good call. NFC Central, yeah.
So I followed them that year, started cheering for them. And by 1996, we were going down to a Disney trip. And my dad took me down to Tampa because I was still kind of half-ass rooting for them, and I got to see a game live at the old Sombrero, and that was an experience I'll never forget. And then ever since, I've never given them up. It took me about a decade to get my first Super Bowl at 2002, but ever since then, I've never regretted it.
Mark, I'm closer to him. Do you want me to go over and smack him?
I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, it's a great story. I love it. You could make a made-for-movie Disney movie in like the 90s where Tony Danza plays your dad.
Mm-hmm.
But it really comes down to, I still can't believe you're that diehard. I mean, you are a fucking diehard Bucs fan, and you don't waver or nothing to do with the Lions. And it would be really easy for you to jump on this bandwagon, like so many people have. Right?
100%.
And there were a lot of Lions fans that the second Brady became a Buccaneers quarterback drove my buddy crazy. His dad, who is been a Lions fan for 60 years. And never misses a game to talk shit, right? He basically 1 year that they were in the Super Bowl shows up with a Brady jersey. And he's like, what? He's like, Dad, what do you? He's like, oh yeah, big Bucs fan, always have been. He's like, no, you haven't. And he's like, there you go. He's like, oh yeah. Guy I was in the Army with, he was from Florida, so I'm a big Bucs fan. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It's just, that was the quick turn that everybody made. It whatever, dude. I guess as a Lions fan, if you have an opportunity to root for somebody, do it. But yeah, I don't know. It was just too funny.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Speaking of the devil. Yeah, so you were a Brady fan too, right? I'm a Michigan fan. Right?
I've been Brady since the whole Brady Henson thing went down.
Fair enough.
I saw them both play, and I sided with Brady. I thought he was the better quarterback. I didn't think Henson was that good, honestly.
No, he's a nepo quarterback. But ladies and gentlemen, we have, not to pause the conversation, but we have the one and only Hermdo with us. Hermdo, this is the doc and the dude that I know you've never met.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up?
Doing good.
Good.
So what's going on?
Hermdo, we were talking a little bit about the doc. He is a diehard Bucs fan. He gave us his little sob story about being a kid and, the Bucs were my team, and now I still root for him. Our buddy down here, the dude, is... he claims to be a Lions fan, but I'm not convinced. I would say if it rhymes with Bears, he kind of reminds me of that team over this way. So he loves to shit talk the Lions, and then he claims he's a Lions fan.
I'm just saying. You're missing your cowboy hat and your sheriff's badge.
We were getting along pretty well before this, but no, seriously. They were nice enough to hop in and talk. We've been thinking about doing this little Bucs episode. Monday Night Football's coming up. You and I know we need this fucking primetime win to regain our alpha status in the NFL.
Absolutely.
Little Patty Mahomes wipes it away. So yeah, just that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, that's the thing for you guys. This win is the momentum for the Bucs. If we lose, we're still number one. And that's the thing, is where we stand right now.
So that's what you get when you play in a cupcake division.
Well, see, it's funny. It wasn't a cupcake division when Green Bay traded for Micah Parsons, because somehow they automatically are going to the Super Bowl. The fact that the guru Ben Johnson called a couple trick plays, Chicago and Caleb Williams are automatically going to the Super Bowl. And
I was having so much fun with Bears fan over the summer over that. Oh my God, I was having so much fun.
And then the Vikings with J.J. McCarthy. I mean, you can't tell me that you think you're seriously sticking with him right now. So, but they were propping him up, right? So at the beginning of the season, it was going to be the toughest division in football. And I don't know. Hermdo, what do you think?
I think we're the only division that actually has all teams above 500, if I'm not mistaken. I think that the North can be a formidable division. Green Bay pretty much ran it for the last 30 years. There's really, no real competition for them, like within the division, until like the Lions started getting, less shitty. But yeah,
JJ's been garbage.
Well, when it comes to Jordan Love, I feel like you never know what Jordan Love you're going to get. And when you're comparing it to what they had before, it's nowhere close, right? We all know the Packers were Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. The Vikings have always had a formidable defense that's hard to play against, but they've always missed that kind of star-studded offense to take them to the next level. And your Bears fans your Bears are just trash, dude. They've been trash. They limped into the Super Bowl in, 2006 with a Brian Urlacher fed defense. And then that 84 bullshit, which, again, if we're going to go back to scripted, that's probably when they started scripting it with the Super Bowl shuffle.
Okay, fine. You want to play the Bears game? We'll play the Bears game. Do you remember the quarterback for the Bears in 06?
Yeah. He was on my fantasy, Rex Grossman. He was on my fantasy league that year. Sexy
Oh my
Sexy
God.
Rexy.
Wow.
No, so I don't know. It's just one of those things where Hermdo, you're right. We are above 500, but we all know, like, for some reason, the NFC East just is a pretty dominant conference for some strange reason.
See, I got a hard time saying that. Philly's vulnerable.
Wins Super
Dallas
Bowls.
is terrible.
Somehow
Dallas
is
is terrible.
always
Dallas
above
is terrible.
500, though. I know I hate them. I'm just telling you.
Oh,
They're
this
above
isn't
500.
hate. This is going on what they've done this season. They're horrid.
Yeah.
Everybody
just
hates
lost to the
Dallas but
Panthers.
Dallas.
Yeah, that's true.
Who the hell else is in that division? I don't even remember right now.
Washington.
Giants.
Oh, well, yeah. Redskins, there's another team.
Yep.
That they don't count. They're not a football team.
They don't count.
Or a movie. It's called Little Giants. Go watch it.
Do you remember the play?
Which,
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Bingo.
yep.
Which I guess if you would have done in Kansas City, they would have called back.
No, not if Kansas City ran it. It would have been legal.
Wait a
Exactly.
minute. I thought that play is not reviewable for penalties.
See, and don't
So
even
did
get me
we.
started. Don't even get me started. So I made a comment in a TikTok in one of the posts where I just said, listen, if you're in Kansas City, you're playing like a team that historically cheats. You got to be ready for that, right? And my God, the hate I got from Kansas City
It is
fans.
hilarious you say that because Mike Valenti said the same thing on his show today.
Did he?
Yeah.
You talk about a fan base who has they're more insecure than the Lions fan base, right? And it's pretty bad. They've won all these Super Bowls and they're still so sensitive about one little comment about that. So I don't know. I thought that was absolutely hilarious, but they're playing the fucking Raiders this week. And I'd be real curious to see how this game goes because the NFL loves Pete Carroll for some strange reason. Football loves Pete Carroll for some strange reason. They're the Raiders. They're a team that the NFL has always been pushing on us that they've not really
Especially
truly
now
done
they're in
anything.
Vegas.
Exactly.
Yeah, tell me about it. I dealt with that going into that Super Bowl right there. Every sporting mag back then said Raiders are going to stomp us in that Super Bowl. It's not
I
even
remember
going to be
that.
close. And then if anyone watches the highlight reels, they play them sometimes from all the different Super Bowls. You'll hear Lynch on the sideline saying, they're going to do this next. Because they didn't change their playbook after they lost all those players. And Lynch called it every time. So that's part of the reason we won that game was having John Lynch on that team.
You want to talk about a genius. What he's been doing in San Francisco? Jesus.
Oh, my God.
A juggernaut without a quarterback. And now there's rumors they might trade for Trey Hendrickson, which I deeply wanted here. But more importantly,
I will put a hole in the wall if that happens.
Cincinnati claims they're not giving up and they're not trading him. But at some point in time, they're going to trade his ass.
They did give him that huge deal, didn't they?
I think they just gave him a little bit to pay him his salary bump up, but I don't think it was an extension.
I thought it was an extension.
Was it? Okay,
because I'm wondering how San Francisco is going to pay for it.
I'm more concerned, quite honestly, like when I was looking at trades, and I almost sent something to Hermdo. It's the secondary, and you were talking some shit earlier about how our secondary is depleted, but we're going up against...
Check the IRs for who we can trade, because Brad Holmes loves people with injury track records. So that's where you start.
I don't want to say that, but you definitely don't start at the top tier. And I know that's frustrating, but we're also playing a Buccaneers team that I don't want to say doesn't have wide receivers, but okay, your wide receivers are just as banged up as our fucking corners are, right? So,
but that's the difference.
That's going to be the interesting part.
That's the difference between the Bucs and the Lions, though, is you guys lose pieces and you start to fall apart. The Buccaneers have depth that steps up when it's time to step up.
What's that?
We lost Ibuka last game, and then I can't remember the guy's name who stepped up, but he came up and it caught the most yards in the entire game. Just because Ibuka got a hamstring, Evans was still out, but these new guys, second string, are stepping up and taking it over.
I think we just lost him.
Yeah.
I don't know if his quality was down or what, but
something was happening. Yeah.
Hendrickson, 1 year, 30 mil.
1 year, 30 mil?
Yep, it was 1 year, 30 mil.
Damn. Okay, so it wasn't like a 5 or 10 year extension.
No, they gave him a 1 year deal.
So that just tells you right there, and then they have no intentions of keeping him for a long time.
No, absolutely.
I was hoping Hermdo could hear me. Hold on, he just texted me back. Yeah, I figured his internet's messed up. He said, give him a minute. This happened before.
No worries.
Well,
happens every other
I guess
weekend.
I'm just going to kick it out to you guys then. You know, I'm not saying this to be a dick, but are you guys the Lions of last year? The Bucs, right? Like, we were losing people and still winning games. And we were winning them tighter and winning them a little sloppier. And it's like, do you see yourself going down that route right now? And I'm not saying we're any better because we lost some secondary, but do you see you're headed that way? Like, are you confident in who you have in the background?
So just to make a point on that, you guys lost all those pieces and kept winning. When you were healthy, what was the one team that beat you?
Yeah, that's true.
No, Jesus.
That's true.
Hutch was there, and he couldn't stop Baker. He couldn't get to him.
We have a weird history with you guys, but I will say, with the caveat is, they said we could not do that with Lamar, and we sacked him 7 times. Yeah. So the big difference is now Shep scheming for Baker different. Then why would he do anything different than he schemed for Lamar? Lamar, no offense, is more notorious with his legs, more notorious with the scramble, and was just the MVP. So if we can shut his ass down, I guess if there was ever a year for me not to worry about a mobile quarterback right now, I should believe a little harder in this year.
So that's the thing, though, is our O-line, we know it's not an O-line we can count on to keep pressure off. So our playbook, from what I could tell, is designed to handle that. Because if you know the pressure's coming, why try to build plays that aren't going to handle that?
That's fair. I mean, and that's kind of what we saw with Kansas City. He got the ball out quick, right down in the middle.
Zone coverage should take care of that easily.
Should, but then
I felt like I was watching Don Brown's Wolverines defense. You want to beat them? Just run crosses.
Yeah.
But what about you guys? What if Kirby isn't 100% and Branch is out? What are you doing in your secondary?
Branch is out.
And Kirby, the way he rebounded right off of that play, I'm convinced he can't be killed, but he's not human. So what I quite honestly would like to see is signing just some more older guys. I'm being dead serious. That room needs a mouth.
Exactly.
It can be well coached. I'm confident in all the people that they bring in and the skill set and how they get them to play. And there's still a Meek Robertson, but I want them to build an older culture into that secondary, because
that's why I wanted Micah.
Well, fair enough. Micah Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I wanted Darius Slay back more than anybody in this world. I wanted Darius Slay back just because of what he can bring.
Slay was good, not great. They always talked him up to be great. I never thought he was great. He was good. Don't get me wrong. He was good.
But he's great in the locker room. And that's what I want. Our culture on the defensive line has been set for a while. Our culture in the linebacker room, they're savages. They really are. And I think their cohesiveness shows. But the secondary, they're just a bunch of really young, loud, fast guys who hit hard. And they really are represented what you see with Brian Branch. And that's fucking awesome. Like Dan Campbell said, the guy's got a heart of gold. I love the way he plays. But like, dude, you can't have that, right? You're going to play a team where you have to be perfect. You have to. And if you want to beat them, you've got to beat them by like 30, because that's beating them by 1, right? You know you are going uphill all night, and there's a target already on your back. There was one on Terrion Arnold's back. There's one on Brian Branch's back. So guys like Micah or fucking Slay or anybody that's been around long enough, dude, take care of that locker room and tighten them up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my thought process, man. It kind of bums me out that we lost DJ Reed like we did, because he clearly was the right signing. But
we are getting McNeil back.
It's true. That's true.
I'm not expecting much. Not first game back.
No, I'm not on the stat sheet. Probably more just
I'd be happy.
Disruptor.
I'd be happy if we just made it through the game and didn't get hurt again.
I mean, I'll call it boldly right now. I think this is a 3.5 sack type game for the Lions defense. I really do. When they're at home and they're pissed, and what I saw them do with Baltimore, why can't they do that with your Bucs is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's all.
It's possible, but on the other side of the ball, with you guys, who is your old center, Decker? Or who was that you guys lost?
Ragnow.
Ragnow.
But Decker's hurt.
So you've got a guy in there who's not the vet that you had before, lining up against Vita Vea.
But he's still
an absolute monster.
Hold up. It's not like Decker's just some rookie. Decker's been around. Decker's been on that O-line. Decker right now is the leader of that O-line.
Oh, yeah, and Glasgow's playing in the center, and he's been playing for years. Our rookies are your right or your left guard and your right guard. Okay. And your two tackles are Sewell and Decker. And then you've got Ratledge, and well, is Ratledge playing center? No, I think they have him. They have him and
They
Glasgow
wanted him at
switching
center.
out.
They moved him.
He had a right guard. So our center, technically, Graham Glasgow, I believe, has taken the most snaps. I'm confident with him. I really am. Like that whole fucking Ragnow thing. I still think, like, no offense, but that's old news. Like, come get to me with something else. This offensive line is proving they are moving everybody.
Yeah.
Right. It's not them that's the problem. It's the defense of the secondary who's not tightening things up and playing sloppy. That's who's fucking killing us.
There wasn't much running room for Montgomery last week either.
I'll give you that. He had some bursts, but he definitely didn't crack 100. But they had to change their game plan, and that was a big thing. They had to, when we went into halftime, not up, and it was 10-3. I'm like, oh shit, this is
should have been
not
10-7.
good. Well, there you go. Should have been, yeah, 13-7.
But did you hear Campbell admit that one of the officials said New York called?
Really?
He admitted,
dropped that?
he admitted.
That's
Wow.
how it usually goes. The Bucs have gotten a lot of those where we'll get a letter to the team a few days after. Hey, yep, we messed up that call. Here you go. Sorry about that. We'll do better next time. Mm-hmm.
That's when I know this fucking thing's rigged fully. Like, not only am I on Andre Fluellen YouTube page watching him talk about how he manifested a sack against Jay Cutler, and Ndamukong Suh told him that mentally that's how you can rig it. But like, this is $1 billion industry.
Oh yeah.
When they're playing games in Mexico, it's rigged. Enough said.
And that's the thing. If people use the phrase too big to rig, I've heard players say that. Oh, how many people are involved in this? You think someone would talk? People have talked.
100%.
The evidence is
players.
there.
Right.
Tons of former players, too. The NBA a lot, too, man. These NBA former players don't give a shit. Like Rasheed Wallace and some of these guys, man, they're just chopping it up.
Playing.
Ball don't lie, man. And that's why they hated him. And he knew it, too. He's like, they fucking hated me. And I am going to embrace every ounce of it. And I'm just like, but yeah, no, it's funny when you see and you hear these stories and then you talk to people, right? And they're like, prove it. And I'm like, here. And they're like, no, I don't believe it. I'm like, he just said it. Prove it. I just did. Like crushes your little fucking dream, right?
Just like 9/11.
Exactly. We all know who did that. Don't even let me say it, but we all know. Building 7, I sneezed and it fell down.
Exactly. Most people don't know a third tower fell that day.
Literally, they don't know. And then they're like, well, it didn't just fall by controlled demolition. I'm like, look at it. And they're like, huh, what would have done that? I'm like, controlled demolition. Boom, 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 boom. Falls right down. They're like, we wouldn't have done that. It's like, did you just watch it? Yeah, but we wouldn't have did it. It's like, it just happened.
Do you know what we did the past 50 years before the turn of the millennia?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what we did when the tech was here. Now the tech's here. I mean, look what we have available to us publicly.
No way we're doing this right now, right, for free, for the most part, with all the AI technology, the goofy stuff we do. And can you only imagine what we're not allowed to touch?
Exactly.
That's just all I'm saying. And if
that
you were
would
to
make our
tell
show
me,
so much better.
Right? Direct anti-gravitic free energy devices?
You don't want to put that kind of stuff in our head.
Well, I can't believe I'm saying this. This might be the first episode that I get lots of flags on, and I hope it's true. But I think we're past far enough down the timeline.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's serious, though. Like, if you would have looked back in high school and told any of us that you could have done this, right? Put all this up and had our own sports talk show. I mean, that's kind of how all this shit starts, right? We're screaming at the radio 20 years ago going, I could do this better than you. Well, now we can. And it takes nothing but a little bit of TLC. That's it. I don't know. I'm pretty impressed with it, though. I just can only imagine, though, like what you're doing with the Soro stuff, JT.
Sora, yeah.
Or Sora.
Yep.
In the videos.
The capabilities that has to replicate human voices from 50 years ago, JFK, Martin Luther King, all that, Mr. Rogers, mannerisms, everything. He can replicate it like it's nothing in all of about 20 seconds in a prompt.
I just watched JFK, MLK, and Abraham Lincoln play Xbox.
Yes.
And it was so cool. It was really nice to see. I always wondered what a game of Xbox between those three giants would look like.
You had that thought in your head,
Always. Can't take that one out of my head. But yeah, no, it's kind of funny. So like then I look at my Lions, right? My Lions, not yours, not your Bears, my Lions. And I think to myself, what made us cool? Why did they pick us? Why are they writing the script in for us? But like, you're talking about a whole overhaul, right? This wasn't just a head coach. This was a new Ford owner. They called the Fords and said, give us one of your better Fords. We need a better Ford, right? They got Chris Spielman up back there now. And it's kind of like, okay, they've been building up this let's be cool Lions. The logos are cool. The clothes are cool. But they could not have us outshine Kansas City when they're 2-3 or whatever.
Now we just need a GM to take us over the top.
Well, we have that. We have one of the best general managers in sports history.
We have one of the best general managers in rebuilding a team. He does not, how can I say this without getting flagged? He doesn't have the gumption to pull the trigger on the deals that need to be made to win it all. He has proven it.
Come on, it was right there.
I know.
You could have said he doesn't have the grit to get it done.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that. That'd be given. No.
So here's what I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody. What would you have done different?
What did I say last season?
Right now, what would you do different? Not last season.
Right now, Mike could be on this team.
What would you do? So how would you make that happen? See, this is what I say. I tell the guys at work, like, you got to give me more than just fantasy.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't have re-signed Joseph. I would have re-signed Branch. That's just me. Branch is more versatile.
How does that make this team any better right now by doing that, though?
Because
you see what I'm trying to say?
I could have traded for Micah. I mean, Holmes is already proven. I would have given up not Branch, but Joseph. God, the name slips me. I had this.
You're fired.
Too.
You're fired. You're fired. I want you out of town.
No, I would give up Branch, Fadal, and a third, and I'd have brought Micah here.
You'd have given all that up for a player you really love.
Player and probably, like a second rounder coming back.
See, this is the thing, though. It's not Madden. You just can't unplug it and say nope and redo it.
No, it's
when
not
you don't
Madden.
Like the outcome.
That deal is realistic. I mean, look what Green Bay gave up.
What did they give up?
It wasn't much. It wasn't much. I remember that. I was actually kind of surprised. Just like last year's trade deadline. I mean, people were pulling decent names for not that much, 4th, 5th rounders. And what did we do?
Our offense. Well, how about this? This is where I say you could always go back and say, yeah, but, right? It's the now. What are you going to do right now? Who is out there? You're the general manager. Well, I'll rehire you. You're the general manager. What are you going to do now? Who are you going to hire now? What are you going to do now?
Plan.
Fired, exactly. He has no fucking plan. This guy comes unprepared.
Ask what Green Bay traded. I'm finding out for you. They gave up a defensive tackle and 2 first-round picks for Parsons.
It's kind of heavy.
Not really.
And they signed him to how much?
Not when you're 4-year, 188.
And he's done what?
No, you're going to make me look up stats.
I'm just saying,
fire me, even use me
he's basically playing comparable to somebody who makes probably less than half of what he makes, right? Like his production is not meeting what you traded for.
That's the
what
thing.
You're paying him and what you're trading is like generational shit. And he's not playing generational football right now. He's playing good, but
that's the thing. What difference did he make versus what they had before?
Yeah, they're 2-2-1. Great. And they're stuck with his contract for a really long time. But I'm just saying, he's so impactful that it's not making the offense any better, right? So that's my point. Like, some of these guys look great, but if you look back and dude, look at baseball. Holy shit. Some of these players that are just below average guys, man, it's the acquisition of that one guy that took Seattle, Josh Naylor over the top, right? Like, it's never that big trade that leads you to the Super Bowl. It's the proper slow acquisitions. I just don't. I don't know. I just feel like the trades that you guys want to see as these impatient fans who play video games and don't realize it's real
not
life.
Impatient. Our last title was in 1957, and the Super Bowl didn't exist. How much more patient do we have to be?
I get it. I don't want to be desperate though. Because then basically what you do is you look like the Rams.
When the hell do we become desperate?
You look like the Rams who say we're selling it all for one. And we have acquired so much.
Hey, how many Super Bowls St. Louis got?
Oh, they lost their team.
Los Angeles.
St. Louis lost the team because it wasn't cool.
Would you be happy if you sold it all for one Super Bowl?
Yep. Well, this guy's easy for sure. He'll give it up for a can of Mountain Dew at this point.
All right,
I can just see.
Let me rephrase his question. You've got a choice. You can be relevant for the next 10 years with no title, or you can win it all right now and be relevant for the next 2.
I ain't selling shit, dude. Because all you'll ever
that's why
hear,
the city still doesn't have a title.
I ain't selling shit. They didn't have to sell their soul for fucking. All they did was get Scotty Bowman for the fucking Red Wings to be patient, right? That was an instant. That was not overnight. That was a hockey dynasty that did not happen overnight. Yzerman was terrible for like 10 years, right? You saw what they tried to sell it all in baseball for the Tigers. Holy shit. Mike Ilitch almost sold Chris Ilitch.
Stevie Y was terrible for the first 10 years?
He wasn't Stevie Y that you saw in 95, 96,
no,
97,
you're right.
98.
He wasn't, because he taught himself how to be a two-way player. When he came into the league, he was an offensive-minded center.
So the second year you drafted him, were you going to sell it all and then miss out on every dynasty of Hockeytown?
That was only 40 years. We're looking at 70.
They were that desperate. They had a name called the Dead Wings. I mean, it can be
they were desperate. And what happened? How many cups did they win?
They slowly built a
You
team
are making my point for me.
Slowly started smuggling
You
Russians.
are making my point for me again.
All right, so let's do this then. You get that one, and you're not relevant for another 70.
I'll be dead. What do I care?
This guy will sell, like I told you. He has no soul.
Title.
I'm not even convinced he has one.
Give me
He's corruptible as all can be. There's zero integrity with this guy.
I want a title.
You got one in 84. Your Bears won it.
Then, yeah, you're still waiting. I got 2 that year because the Tigers won it too.
Oh, that's too easy. Oh, my Lord.
So
no, I'm not selling shit, dude. I want to be a team like San Francisco. I want to be a team where they just constantly draft well and build well, and I can watch good football.
They may not win it, but they get there.
And I'm confident we will. That's why I can never tell who you're a fan of. One minute it's like, I think he's a Lions fan. The next minute I'm like, I
am a Lions fan, but I'm also a realist. I see what happens around the league. I don't have tunnel vision. What are the Lions doing? Screw everybody else. What are the Lions doing?
Well,
no, I see what the Eagles are doing. I see what KC is doing. I see, Baltimore really can't use them as an example right now, but previous years.
So I gave you the driver's seat, and all you did is tell me you'd go back in time and get Micah for less.
I went to the beginning of the season.
I don't know where you got this time machine, but I don't have one. I'd like to get one.
Oh, my God.
That's it. So he's asking, what do you do now to keep to get over
right
the
now,
hump?
there's nothing you can do. Everybody's still trying to figure out who they are. We're what, 6 weeks in?
I assure you, Brad
games?
Holmes is not going, we'll wait and see what everybody looks like in a couple
Brad Holmes is checking
weeks.
the injured list to see who he could trade for. Get this guy cheap. I didn't wonder why he's out 3 weeks after you get him.
I'd imagine your backgrounds are very similar. You both had heads of scouting for teams, so my guess is he's scouting players and trying to figure out how he can do this. Now, the one thing he doesn't do is lose. Now, that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother show, and I don't know why they're getting hurt.
That brings it. You're never going to win a title with trusting guys like Marcus Davenport. You're just not. Because even though you're trying to sell to your fan base, he'll be fine. You know where he's going to end up. He's going to end up on the AR. Let's pay this dude to be out.
There's a guy that rhymes with Zadarius Smith that I know everybody wanted.
Oh, did we dodge a bullet on that one?
You probably knowingly wanted to stab Brad Holmes because he didn't sign Zadarius Smith to a contract you would have signed him to.
No, I did not. I agreed with that. I even said it in one of your YouTube videos. You argued with me. You're the one that wanted him.
I did. I wanted him.
Thank you.
You know what I wanted, though? I wanted aggressive pass rush move. And you know what?
That's
Shame
what
on me, because that's what happens when you start acting like that at the beginning of the season. And you're like, dude,
I'll tell you what I told
settle
you.
down.
I will tell you what I told you then, though. Zadarius disappeared the last 5 weeks of last season. He was not relevant. He may have been on the field, but he wasn't relevant. So why would you resign? Why would you resign him? Why would you want him?
Yeah, he kept those couple highlights right after you guys got him, and then it was off the map.
Yeah. And that's what I tried to sell to my boy over here, but he wanted Zadarius. Oh my God, he wanted Zadarius.
I really wanted Trey Hendrickson, and I'll still take his ass.
I did too. I'm like, I did too.
That's one that I'm willing to make a trade for, that I really think would be worth some type of compensation comparable to the Green Bay offer.
Given his age being up there, though, I don't know if I'd be willing to pay him. You know what I mean?
And I think all you would be giving up for him would be like a second or third rounder. I mean, there's not much you'd have to give up for him.
I'm fine with the trade deal. What I'm not fine with is he's a free agent after this season, and I am not about to pay a 33-year-old a fortune. And that's what he wants.
That's true. That's true.
Do I want him here? Yes. Am I willing to pay that much for an aging vet? No, I'm not.
And it's probably going to be a pretty quiet trade deadline because when they're naming guys like Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston as
I'll take Winston as our backup.
Good Lord.
Oh, God. Do not bring up... Oh, God.
Winston. You had him.
Jesus. The guy got LASIK after he left our team.
Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? I used to pray to get the interception out of the way.
Really?
Yes. The first drive of the game. Like, okay, Jameis, just throw that pick. We'll get it out of the way, and then we can play.
I can verify he did.
I almost forgot to bring that up because as much as you guys have had some good times, you've also had some shitty times, and thank you for bringing that up.
Oh my God, that was a couple dark years there because they were top line. Who's going to the Bucs? Who's going to what was it, the Colts at the time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Who are they going to pick? Who's it going to be? And I mean, both of them ended up shit. But
I was going to say, well, yeah, he's out of the league too.
Exactly. Yeah,
that was still weird and surprising, but
I'd still take Winston over our current backup or anybody available for that matter. I'd take him over Wilson.
I don't really, dude. I'm not going
to
make this the Kyle Allen train. Yeah, I think he did what he did, and I don't even want to say his name 3 times. We'll go back to just chanting Jared Goff over and over again because it's not worth it to me personally, even thinking about that. I can even answer my own question if I'm the general manager. There's nobody out there right now that I'm going, oh yeah, we need to get him. I saw there was a corner from Seattle that I think people are just tying us to just to say something, but
I heard that.
The trade market in the NBA is kind of interesting. I think it's more for the teams that seem like they're in it now, right? that didn't think they'd be in it, that wants to trade. I mean, if you're a team that's in it, you have plans to stay in it. So, yeah, Rick Woolen from Seattle, I don't know much about him. It's like the only corner out there, but like the Giants are going to trade Kayvon Thibodeau now that they're riding high on this.
That's somebody happening. I would love to have.
Oh, yeah, but they're not giving him up, right? They're riding this Jackson Dart, Cam Gabineau bullshit or whatever his name is. I don't see them giving him up. So it would be cool because that was the draft that we drafted Hutch on. But oh well, I'm confident going into this game, especially because we're at home. We definitely needed a Ford Field visit.
That's the thing. You guys, you need something to try to resurge yourself because we talked about this the other day. You guys could have had that underdog. All right, we're going back after KC. We got to get back to what we have. And then the Branch situation happened. Now you have that hanging over your head. And half of the fan base is, yep, Branch screwed up, screw him, all that. And the other half is, no, he gave him what we deserved.
Well, I hate to say it, but the NFL itself didn't, and ESPN didn't, I hope either, but on other sports and news channels, they were making a case for things that happened to Branch during that game that justified what he did. I'm not saying what he did was right, but they were at least giving reasons on why he was that pissed.
Oh, yeah, some of those
like Patty Mahomes right in front of the ref, exactly. Or what about the Schuster block in the back right in front of the ref?
It was, who was it? A linebacker from the Colts made a comment and said, yeah, Juju, you got what you deserve. You know you're a motherfucker. Like, basically, you're always out there talking some shit. You're lucky it hasn't happened sooner. And I get that. And Dan Campbell even said, like, basically, he said, I like that these guys are fucking gangster and they're going to do that. But come on, man, you can't get caught, right? Like, there's a time and a place and learn how to do that. And you know some of these pro NFL players like Ray Lewis and, dude, these guys made a living out of secretly murdering people and not getting caught. Ray Lewis literally got away with murdering someone.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, so it's just like, holy shit. Brian Branch learned how to do this stuff and not get busted. Right.
That's it. And this time he let his feelings get a hold of him right at the worst point.
And they knew it.
Yeah, but again, in his defense, he did just get blasted, not even 3 minutes beforehand in the back by Schuster. It was still fresh in his mind.
He's gonna have to learn to swallow that shit and just be humble. and figure out a way to get even another time, because now he's down, he's out of the game, he's suspended, and there's a negative look on him, and the fucking Illuminati of the
There is an
NFL
appeal.
will continue. And what is that going to do? They're still going to make him sit
They
a game
might
out.
get to use him.
You think
They'll
they're going
still
to
make him
settle
sit
it?
out.
Campbell
settle it?
said today they're hoping. Campbell said today they're hoping. They're hoping to hear something today.
Yeah, my ass.
Well, no, speaking of Dan Campbell here, I got Todd Bowles here with me.
Really?
Got to put a headset on him, put a hat on him.
Oh man, that's what I missed.
Talk about that, man. You guys are an entirely
My
good
daughter says hi.
organization with a boring ass coach.
That's the thing, like the difference or the dichotomy of Dan Campbell versus Todd Bowles. It's like as far on the opposite side of the spectrum as you can get.
100%.
I would kill for a coach to act like Dan Campbell on that sideline. Arians was fired up. Chucky was fired up. Dude.
So what you're saying is you have the Bucs version of Jim Caldwell.
Yeah. I mean, even Dungy had some fire to him.
Jim Caldwell had some fire.
Not
it was
really.
preacher fire, but it wasn't previous combat fire, but it was
Never really
fire.
saw it on the field though.
He was a different type of leader. He just was. And
exactly.
I'm so happy we have MCDC, but we should have kept Caldwell, man. That guy was willing to come here when no one wanted to fucking coach here. Let's be honest.
That's it, yeah, because you guys were not a desirable organization at that point.
Hell no. That's when we were begging for
really bad.
He went to the Cardinals. Ken, what's his name? He got tossed at the Cardinals too.
Wisenhunt.
Kevin Wisenhunt, yeah, the offensive genius. And we were supposed to go get Wisenhunt, and he was going to save the fucking team. And he went to Tennessee and then got fired a couple years later. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I just think, okay, if I'm going in right now, Monday Night Football at home, I'm playing a team that I'm sorry is a lighter version of what we were last year. Because I'm not saying you're not a good football team, dude, but like who did you beat? Tell me.
Well, last week was Seattle.
Busted up.
That's the thing.
Busted up 49ers.
I'll give you that all of our games have been
squeaky.
Close. Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's all, I mean, the first four were all last-second drives.
So if you're coming back at last-second drives, and we're a team that as long as we're up at halftime, and we win that way, I mean, dude, you're a team. How about this? The only way to beat us is make sure we don't score at least 21 points in the first half. I mean, that's how you have to do it with us.
And that's the thing. It's kind of the opposite for us. If you want to beat us, let us score in the first half. Let us be on top going into halftime. That's the best chance you have, is letting us be high on that. Because Bowles
did almost beat the Eagles.
That's the thing. That game was close, yeah.
It was.
It's a couple more things go right, and that's a different game.
Especially in that last drive.
And the thing I'm worried about, I got to see what coaching staff we're getting. The Bucs have been terrible about, not penalties in general, the timing of our penalties have been terrible.
No, you guys are getting picked on more than anybody in the league. I mean,
well, it does feel like that.
The fact that me and one of our other buddies can be on the phone with you and just be like, "Oh, you're watching the Bucs flag," and sure shit, you're cussing out because there's a flag.
They're not even watching the game; they just randomly say it, and a flag happens.
Now I have to figure out who the most flag team is in the NFL right now.
Yep. So yeah, we took.
Wow.
I'm kind of embarrassed. The score against the Jets was this high, but we beat them 29-27, and it was the Texans and Falcons.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's do a sample size of the last 3 games.
Okay.
The most NFL team penalties per game, you've got Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Las Vegas, Houston, and Tennessee. Shortly after that, you've got the Rams and the Lions, though.
Well, I mean, to be fair, a lot of those flags, probably a majority of them. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't be part of that sample size, because the Buccaneers and Falcons, when we play each other, is probably one of the most flagged games in football. Like,
can we talk about the Falcons for a minute? I mean, what's going on in Atlanta? Because that team wasn't supposed to be anything.
And I think what they are is they're going to be the team you drafted. They're just going to ruin your day. If you're playing them at a time where you need a win, you're not getting it, right? Like the Bills needed that to kind of take them to the next level, right? Not needed it, but it would have been really nice, and they should have won that game. But it was going into that game, I'm like, dude, Atlanta's going to win this game. Like, their defense is really good. I think they have the best defense in the league. Their quarterback is so-so with Michael Penix. And that could be a toss-up between Cleveland and Atlanta, but they spent a ton of money in their line and their edge rushers and the way they drafted. I just think that you give them Kyle Pitts isn't enough, and Bijan is great, but you can still stuff him. If you give them a couple more weapons in a couple more years, they're going to be good, but they're going to piss you off when you play them.
That's the thing about Bijan, though, is they're not really using him. And this goes back to the end of last season, too. They weren't using him. If they used him the way that...
Yeah, no. I was waiting for you to say you're going to coach this team now.
Oh,
you're already the general manager of the Lions.
I was going to say, yeah. I was going to say the way the Cowboys used to use like Emmett, or basically a workhorse where you build your offense around him, because that sets up the play action. That sets up the screens.
Well, their quarterback isn't really. I don't think he's Michael Penix. He's not a play action guy, right? He's a drop back.
I didn't think Penix was that good to begin with.
I don't think either, but they're putting their money into him. And I don't proclaim to be a Falcons fan, but Bijan technically should be on a team that did that with him. Yeah, he would be a perfect Cowboy, but the Falcons took him. And I think he's great, but dude, I'm still going to take Jahmyr Gibbs all day.
They used him the beginning of the year. They used Bijan last year at the beginning of the year, and they were decent. And then, did they get a new offensive coordinator or something? Because it was like their entire offensive scheme changed.
Well, that's when was that though? Was that after? Like, sure, they beat two good teams, the Commanders and the Bills.
No, it changed last season, and it's carried over into this season.
But how
hired in 2024? Yeah, it was Zach Robinson. He was the
thing I'm stuck at is how do you beat the Commanders and Bills? But what happened in Carolina?
That's why I think they're one of these weird little.
You could ask the Eagles the same question about what happened against the Giants in the Meadowlands.
You could buy a ticket for $8 to a Panthers game.
You could buy one for $2 outside of Meadowlands Stadium for a Giants game.
No way. Giants fans are so stupid and ignorant. They love their gear and their hair grease. There's no way that those tickets are that cheap. Now, Carolina, yes. There's no football fan base in Carolina. I believe $8. There's nothing. There's no sports in Carolina. There's retired white people. That's it. That's who goes to Carolina.
Carolina Hurricanes.
Whatever. Yeah, hockey in Carolina. That's the first thing I think of.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's what I put together.
Yeah, ice hockey in fucking Carolina. No, you got barbecue. It's cool. I'm not dogging the town or the state or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, you're not a sports town. The Panthers got to go. That's my thing. I hate the Panthers for some reason. I don't know why, but they just drive me nuts. Like, why would you put a team there? Of course.
That's I've gone through this.
I didn't say I love them. I said I love their jersey.
As a Bryce Young fan, I got to get you a Bryce Young jersey.
No, see, for at least my experience with Bucs fans, our ranking of hate, Carolina's at the bottom. Like, we just treat them like they don't exist. Atlanta is our top rivalry in the division. Now, the Saints, it was there. It's gone back and forth a little, but going to Carolina, I'm just...
Drew Brees. If I say Drew Brees, don't tell me your butthole doesn't pucker. He dominated that.
Yeah, you know what I puckered? When he went against Winston.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That was fun.
But when Trent Dilfer was going in there, man, that was...
Oh, Jesus.
I really enjoyed...
How does that man win 2 Super Bowls?
Huh?
Ray Lewis.
You
got away with
Dilfer. Yeah.
How does he win two Super Bowls?
He's not... And that's the thing. Back then, you didn't have to be a game-changing quarterback. You just had to play the position really well. And he could do what he was asked to do really well in the right scheme. And that's what this is all about, the right system, dude. Like, you take a player, look at like Ndamukong Suh, what he did with Detroit, and then you send him to Miami where that was all about money. It's like, it's probably not going to be a dominant D tackle because they didn't build around him. They paid him to come here. So it's like moving guys around. It just depends on what they're playing for, why they're playing, and what part of their career they're in. Right now, everybody at the fucking Panthers, for some reason, they're playing for a contract somewhere else. They're saying, get me out of town. But guys like Trent Dilfer, dude, they were just coming from that era of like, okay, I'm the quarterback. I'm going to read my fucking playbook. My defense is phenomenal.
But look at the era he played in. Look at the QBs he played against.
Look at the defenders he played against.
Teams. He did it with Tampa.
He didn't
win
with us.
And then he went and did it with Baltimore.
He didn't
That was Brad Johnson.
No, that was Brad Johnson, yeah.
Same situation, though. Not but again, is that really indicative on their performance and numbers? Or is that the bullshit that we were fed by ESPN and everything, where you're only allowed to fall in love with these quarterbacks, certain ones, and the other ones are supposed to be stupid, right? Like, I really, truly think a lot of that shit comes down. I can't believe people like you to begin with.
Good to see you too, honey.
But no, I mean, speaking of nobody quarterbacks, after Dilfer, we had this, I think it was a 2-year stint with Sean King.
Lord.
Who remembers Sean King?
Holy Lord. Not Sean Kingston, the rapper. Sean King.
No, I know Sean King.
Quarterback.
Yeah, Johnson came after him, but I barely remember him.
Sean King.
So when you type in Sean King, it's not the football player that comes up first. It's some younger bad actor. So that'll tell you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's a Super Bowl champion. He's a Super Bowl. He played for the Hamilton Tiger Cats of Canadian Football League. He's only 48. Hey, good for him, man, dude. He probably made some coin.
Oh, he probably did, yeah. Yeah, because it was 2 years after we got Johnson. They had the 1 year coached by Dungy. And then the next year, as soon as Chucky took over, it was in. Keyshawn, all them. They made
drafted him in the second round, it looks like.
Yeah, we just had, Brad wasn't even like a Brady-level quarterback. He was just the right man at the right time when we had the pieces like Allstott and all that.
Yep.
Dirty Sack.
And that's what I think Minnesota is kind of a team right now. They are a system quarterback away from being a really good team because in that team, their defense is already great. They've already got Jefferson. They've already got a great offensive line.
Defense is getting old, though. They've got a real short window.
They do, and that's their problem, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take some of their guys, but TJ Hawkinson, ha ha ha, I know you still wish you were a fucking lion. But when he got traded, he's like, I'm getting out of this shitbag team. I'm dodging a bullet. I'm going to win one with Minnesota. And we're like, yeah, that's what we're sending here to do. But I don't know. I think they're kind of one of those teams where if they found the right guy, and maybe it's Carson Wentz, right? Maybe it was Sam Darnold at that last year.
Yeah, it wasn't. Darnold hung onto the ball too long. He still does.
Mm-hmm.
I love trashing Sam Darnold. He's just one big fart. I hated him, dude. He just looks fart. He's just a walking fart. It's exactly what Sam Darnold looks like. And it's just like, God, I don't know. I don't want to hate on the guy too much because I don't know. Do we play the Seattle Seahawks?
No.
You know what's funny? You type in Lions on the internet right now, and mind you, the game's, we're midweek when we're recording this, and this is still all KC.
Oh, yeah.
They're all talking KC. This is sad. Lions signed cornerback Kendall Fuller to their practice squad. So there you go. 23 hours ago, we signed Kendall Fuller.
That's it. And after us, aren't you guys getting back into divisional matchups? Or
that is correct.
No.
Yep. We get a bye week, and then we get to play the Vikings.
Yeah, and then right back into the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we have Kendall Fuller. I know the dude would have probably traded for somebody better or signed somebody better, but Kendall Fuller.
If I'm trading, yeah, I want somebody better. But if I'm signing, I'll take whoever's out there.
So he'll take Kendall Fuller. He is a Super Bowl winning cornerback to
better than nothing.
Squad. I'm just trying to see if he's got a history of being hurt.
Gotta check that.
Hey, this guy's calling me out saying he's only going to get guys from the IR, and he's not from the IR. So he suffered a knee injury in week 16.
Oh,
there
so
it is.
Brad's probably not even looking at him.
There it is. No, he had a knee injury. We're good. As long as he's been out with injuries for time, then we're good.
Yep. So he's been injured once in his career, which never happens in football.
Did you have to turn that on?
Kinda.
It just gave me a hell of a glare.
So do you think these guys have so many injuries because you have a turf field?
I think the NFL has a problem with the turf field.
Yeah.
I do.
But the same field that's at Ford Field is what our alma mater plays on.
And that's the thing, is by percentage, there is more injuries on a turf field.
Wholeheartedly agree and believe that. And the players do not like it. From what I understand, that is a big contention of dude, it's like playing on concrete.
It is, yeah.
And I'm sure, I don't know if, this is why we need you to do as the GM, because you would go in there tomorrow and replace the whole fucking thing and put grass in. I know you would.
You're right, I would.
Martha, we're doing this.
Yep. You got nothing. I don't care. You're 100 years old. It's about goddamn time. We're coming back.
Sign the damn check.
Yep. Sign the damn check, Martha. No, I think the overall in the NFL needs to just switch back to grass because there's no fucking way that you're indoors. What are you worried about? Water the shit. It's not going to freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Good God.
Well, that's one thing, though. Talking about Martha, that's another thing. Not only the coach with a fire like that, I would love to have down in Tampa. I would love an owner that had an interest in the team.
That's true.
Like, I have the Glazers. If you're not Manchester United, they don't care. They'll come around if you're getting it there. If you're in the championship picture, they'll show their faces. But that's about it. If we're not in that...
JT, as long as Tampa Bay, the city in Florida itself, is always a destination for old white people with a little bit of a disposable income, they don't need to come down there. That city takes care of itself with Florida Man and all the weirdos. And this is Detroit we're talking about. The owners literally have to be next door or else shit's getting ripped off and getting taken away.
Spends more time out in California than he does here.
So I'll tell you, Tampa Bay's
not an owner.
Because you guys probably haven't been there, but Tampa Bay's a lot like Detroit.
Oh, I've been to Tampa.
You have that nice city area, but you go out near the stadium, like you're a couple blocks away, you're in Taylor, Tucky.
It is a bit weird. It is, but I'll tell you what, it is still a destination. It is still a place where people want to go.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
So it is still, from a player standpoint, a state that offers flexibility on your payroll and your tax evasion, right? So, but real quick, I'm looking at the available guys out here right now, and it's kind of listing them kind of by relevance. Kendall Fuller is your second top rated corner on the market right now. And then you've got James Bradbury from obviously the Eagles. So I'll take Stephon Gilmore. I'll take
Say Gilmore.
Who else on here? He's Gilmore's out there. He's still a free agent, it says. And these are the guys that are going to sign with, kind of like Sue always used to do. Let me get a Super
we should
Bowl
be signing
team
those guys for depth, not to start.
100%. I'm saying right now, and maybe this is the only thing you and I Officially agree on, is call all these guys up and sign them all.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Put Gilmore in there, Bradbury, Fuller, give them all $12 million deals. I don't give a shit. Load the corners right now. Load that whole locker room with guys that have been somewhere and that will calm these motherfuckers down and tell them how to win.
What if you get a guy like Reek Woolen out of Seattle?
I saw that name out there for a trade, and hey, if he can come in here and make a difference, great. But there's plenty of free agents that we could bring from this leadership standpoint.
Yeah.
I don't need Asante Samuel or Gilmore to be top notch. I need guys that are going to come in here and kind of set this room up. We got that with Anzalone in the linebacker locker room. He set that motherfucker up beautiful. Someone's got to do that for these backs, these DBs, and it's not going to be Brian Branch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We can hit that thing all over. I got to go make some fucking hamburgers in a few minutes, but I do want to say right before we get off, I appreciate you guys hopping on. I don't know what happened to Hermdo, if his internet fully crashed.
Hermdo,
he left me on red, so who knows?
We got to do a full conspiracy episode with Hermdo.
We will. We'll have him. You guys, man, now that you've got the invite, we can have you guys hop on. We'll probably have you guys hop on more often, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Bears fan, Bucs fan. It'll all just...
Not a Bears fan. People do not listen to this man.
I know Hitch is dying to hear your story, so maybe he heard it. And when Hitch can come back on too, but this is what I want this to be, a round table. It can be it doesn't even have to be Detroit sports half the time. Let's just fucking talk about shit. So,
and I got to say, I'm a big Wayne fan too when he comes back.
Missing Wayne right now.
Yes,
I owe him a microphone. I'm trying to get his sound quality up. And unfortunately, he's in Canada, so getting things over to him is difficult.
That's it.
So
gotta pay the tariff.
We're finding ways to avoid tariffs, but I know Wayne will be back on too.
All right,
but yeah, guys, I appreciate you coming on. I think this is going to be a Lions win. Personally, I feel like this is where it puts us right back into that comfort zone and gives me that happy smile because we're at home. But I'm not going to lie, dude. I'm going to be watching this game. I don't sit down for Lions games, but I'll be watching this game very nervous. You guys got a hell of a fucking team.
I'll be watching the highlights in the morning because I get up at 4 a.m.
God.
And I'll be in the crowd, row 18 or so, right on one of the end zones, recreating the cannon sound every point we score.
So the NFL can make another meme out of you?
Yep.
I will be spamming the shit out of you every time we do something good, and I will be not answering you when you do something good.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
His sister will take care of that by smacking his ass.
Well, oh yeah, so your whole family still is a Lions fan, right?
Yes, my entire family. They're actually season ticket holders.
Okay. There we go. So you're obnoxious to your entire family, not just to everybody you know.
Absolutely. I will be in the middle of a season ticket holder section.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend and all of your teams win except for JT's. I hope your Bears win. Who are you guys playing this week?
I have no idea because I'm not a Bears fan.
I know you're a good sport though. So, all right. Hit subscribe, hit like, go check out their channel, The Doctor and the Do. They do a podcast. It's a wrestling thing. Just go fucking check it out. It's, how do you guys explain it? AI generated.
JT, it's all you.
All right. So Dr. The Do runs a wrestling federation called DDW, and we are AI versus AI wrestling, where we stat all the characters up to 100 points, and we book the matches and let them play out as they are. We have no idea who's going to win, so we have to book the stories based off of the computer wrestling it out and going from there.
Go check them out. They're on all the platforms, Twitch, everything. I hop on and watch. It's absolutely hilarious to watch the Power Rangers fight Mr. Rogers and Ronald McDonald and watch them. It's just funny, dude. It's so much better than watching modern wrestling. So go check it out. They've been nothing but helpful to us. Hermdo, sorry you couldn't get your internet back going. We'll blame the Illuminati on that one, or Israel, one of the two.
Israel.
And then Hitch. There you go. Hitch, we miss you, brother. Hopefully you can join us real soon. And yeah, peace.
I thought you said I was all right, Spider.
No, you ain't all right, Spider. You got a lot of fucking problems.
No, I thought you said you were all right.